Yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to today's webinar in which we will be awarding prizes for the best C-level videos. It is a particular pleasure for me to accompany this topic of C-level videos. As you may know, I come from an accounting background, and content is what counts for me first and foremost. In recent years, however, it has become increasingly clear that content which is regulated by law is no longer a differentiation criterion. Other formats are in demand, and in addition, the image and value of a company are significantly influenced by the management personalities, the C-level. This means that financial communication is complex and must keep an eye on the needs and trends of the market. This is what we are now doing with today's award, among other things, like Investors Darling, you may know that competition together with a manager magazine. But some information to the organization today. The presentation will last about 20 minutes, and after this, we may have some room for questions. On the next slide, you see we want to make excellence in board communication visible. This is what we want to achieve. We want to assess the importance of board communication and at the same time publicize and emphasize its importance for a successful capital market presence. The C-level video award is an initiative of our school, the HHL Leipzig Graduate School of Management. Further information on this event and other trends in digital financial communication, for example, digital reporting and social media communication, can be found, and you see that below on this slide, on the website digitalinvestorrelations.com. Visit us. We regularly present studies and discuss trends on this platform. But why do CEO videos matter at all? Let's talk about this right now. There are a few facts we need to be on the same page about. So, what is actually happening around us right now, particularly in the area of financial communication? Many companies focus on investors and often forget the other stakeholder groups. They are not in a position to adapt their communication flexibly to changing conditions. They are losing their information sovereignty to other intermediaries, especially in the social media sector. One keyword is influencer. In addition, they shy away from engaging with modern technologies in a conservative world of financial communication. That is not good. How can C-level videos help now? On the next slide, you see how videos can help. Firstly, you control narrative. CEO videos allow companies to directly shape public perception and ensure key messages are communicated consistently to your investors and stakeholders. That's very important. Secondly, authenticity and trust. Videos can humanize CEOs, making them more trustworthy, which can strengthen relationships with stakeholders. Again, a very important part of communication today. Thirdly, C-level videos are also a sign of appreciation for stakeholders. The CEO takes his or her time to shoot the video and personally addresses the stakeholder. It is also about emotion. Emotion is a central element of corporate storytelling. It is not only about the numbers, it is also about the story behind them. Videos can perfectly address stakeholders on an emotional level. Emotion. And lastly, finally, C-level videos offer a perfect basis to be shared. You can distribute them to various channels several times, your online report via web page, social media, YouTube, internet, and so on and so far. So some C-level videos, and you can see that on this next slide, even go viral. Apple, for example, reached more than 5 million views. 5 million views with its iconic sustainability report video last year, only on YouTube. There is almost no way to reach so many people with ESG content. So next, but we are also experiencing a shift from a product branding to corporate and personal branding in the last years. This has led to a clear trend to CEO branding. There is no doubt that your CEO, not our ones, and the board members have a huge impact on the capital market, the reputation of the company, and also investment decisions. But to be honest, all of the above applies not only to the CEO, but increasingly also to all the other board members, CFO, COO, and on and on and on. So next number is this one. The capital market is highly sensitive to your company leaders. This example, again from Apple, is old, but still the most prominent one. When Apple announced the resignation of Steve Jobs as CEO, the company lost $10 billion in stock value within one day. This is, of course, an extreme example, but also other studies show that the market reacts to changes in C-level management with average price volatility of around 3%, both positively and negatively, depending on the CEO. So to make a long story short, the C-level creates value if it's credible, authentic, and committed. And to underline this, we can see on the next slide, the C-level communication has become an integral part of stakeholder communication. And we can also see this in the numbers on the next slide. So almost 70% of European top companies have a specific communication strategy for the CEO in place. 72% are at least actively positioning the C-level executives, for example, the CFO. And 83% are actively positioning their CEO. And CEO videos are part of this trend. It's not about making a celebrity of your CEO. That's not the case, but to channel his or her communication efforts and skills towards strengthening the company's most important long-term asset, corporate reputation. To make it clear, at this stage, actively positioning means that the C-level, especially the CEO, is the opinion leader for certain topics such as sustainability, transformation, digitization. It depends on your story, and also much more, which is discussed as an urgent topic in the corporate world. So how? The next slide. So that is what was my brief introduction, and we don't want to keep anyone in suspense any longer. Before we announce the winners, 4 winners today, I'd like to quickly explain how the C-level Video Awards is working and the related ranking worked. So you can see on the next slide some additional information. First of all, the C-level Video Award was limited to stakeholder communication. We only ranked videos of C-level members that address corporate stakeholders, for example, investors, ESG analysts, and are part of the external stakeholder communication. See the 2 points here, financial communication and ESG communication on this slide. And the criteria you can see on the left-hand side for those videos are, first of all, it has to be a personal video, it has to be publicly available, and the content has to focus on business or, as I said, ESG communication. So this is all about the starting point. And talking about we, you can see who are the people behind our award. 8 in number. So all videos have been evaluated by our experts which consists of researchers in financial communication, video producers, as well as storytelling and communication experts. I don't want to talk about all the people in detail. You can see that afterwards and can maybe get in touch with them, with me and the other ones. So one note on this, and this is very sensitive for me and for us as jury, video producers within the jury were, of course, not able to evaluate own client projects. That's very important and has to be emphasized. So what is about the content? All the videos were evaluated based on the C-level video scores developed by our school, the HHL Leipzig Graduate School of Management. And the score is a matrix that assesses 18 different criteria. You see that in the different boxes for each video in 4 different dimensions. The dimensions are content and messaging, authenticity, visual and aesthetic quality, and last but not least, technical and production quality. So I will give you some examples that give concrete shape on what is meant by those subcategories within those boxes. For example, narrative structure. The narrative structure of the video is appealing and clear with an introduction, a main part, conclusion. That's what we check for. Authenticity means the main protagonist, CEO, CFO, comes across as authentic, human, and approachable. Visual presentation, what does it mean? Animations and overlays, for example, for key performance indicators, key figures, emphasize what is being said. And music, one of the green box, technical and production quality, means the chosen background music fits well with the message. So only one or a few examples on that. So who is it? The next question. And now, drum roll, we come to the most exciting part of today's webinar, the who's who, the winners of the C-level award. So on the next slide, you see we have 4 different prizes. It was a tough decision, but our jury identified the 4 best C-level videos of the year based on the C-level video score. We awarded the winners in bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. And now we start with the bronze award. Just a second. And let's go to bronze. Bronze goes to Bremen-based seaport and logistics provider BLG and its CEO, Frank Drake. Congrats to you, to BLG. BLG received the highest subscores and, as you can see, authenticity. What was done? On the next slide, you see what happened. Some parts of the video. After 12 years in lead, Frank Drake will end his career as CEO of this year, at the end of this year. The award-winning CEO video, the bronze award-winning CEO video, was produced in a reporting style and reflects not only the past fiscal year, but also on his journey at he as CEO on his journey at BLG Logistics. It was impressive. So congrats to BLG. Now, in a few seconds, we turn to silver. And the silver medal goes to Hugo Boss. Congratulations to Hugo Boss. The CEO video received the highest subscores in content and messaging. And what was so special about this? On the next slide, some parts of the video you can see it again. The video by Daniel Grieder, the CEO, is titled Hello Future, and part of the 23 digital and is part of the 23 digital annual report. In this video, the CEO, and that's very special, interacts with a fictional AI voice, emphasizing the innovative character of this executive communication. Great work, Hugo Boss. Congrats. So, what's next? Next is gold. And the gold medal goes to VAG goes to Austria and the Vienna Insurance Group. The CEO video received the highest subscores in the visual and aesthetic quality, 80%. So what's in? And this is published on the next slide. The video by Austria's VAGs focuses not only on the past fiscal year again, but also highlights CEO Hartwig Löger as an individual. Authentic scenes such as his way to work along Vienna's Ringstraße and a morning walk with his dog Emil give the video a personal touch. Personal branding with fiscal information. So this was bronze, silver, and gold. And now the number one in our C-Level Video Award goes to, surprise, surprise, platinum goes to Bayer. Congratulations to the Bayer Group. The video received great scorings in nearly all categories and a total score of 76% of the jury voting. Here are some parts of the video as last part. On the next slide, the concept of this CEO video for the first quarter of 24 results impressed the jury with its creativity and clarity. Under the title 90 Days in 90 Seconds, CEO Bill Anderson presents the key developments of the business quarter in a dynamic walk and talk format, delivering the core messages in a concise and accessible manner. So this was, again, not only impressive, but very innovative. And yeah, this was our webinar on the winners of the C-Level Video Award. And on my last slide, you can see how you can interact after this presentation, this webinar with us via email of office@digital-investor-relations.com. That was the webinar.